Yes, everyone, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephen Howson. We're going to do a little bit of a transfer talk. We got some updates on the exodus. Ralf Rangnick seems to be clearing the ranks. I have got a bit of an issue with one of them, and I have a bit less of an issue with the other one. So it's Donny van der Beek and Jesse Lingard are the main ones that we're going to be talking about. So let's get into it. So The Athletic have been saying that Donny van der Beek is open to joining Crystal Palace on loan, who seem to have been in for him, and talks are ongoing between United and Palace, and TalkSport also believe that Palace are saying they've got a strong chance of getting Donny van der Beek on loan. Right, is this a good move? Yes, clearly, right? Donny has failed to establish himself under two, realistically, three if you want to include Michael Carrick, although that was extremely short sort of tenure. But the fact that Michael never even thought to bring him in, Ralf doesn't look like he's bringing him in, despite the obvious lack of control, which you would assume kind of suits what Donny is all about and would bring to the table. And he couldn't establish himself under Solskjaer, who signed him, suggests that there's something missing from his game that we're not seeing as fans. Because, you know, I'm not screaming from the rooftops for him to start every game like a lot of people. I think a hell of a lot of people are just thinking he's the answer because he's not currently in the team. I'm not sure it's the case. I think he's probably not pulling up trees in training. And I think there's probably aspects of his game that either aren't suited to English football or he isn't doing, which would warrant him getting the starting place. And for everyone that's about to say, well, surely he's better than McTominay and Fred, clearly not. Because there's a reason that they are continually picked over him. Now, if he can go and prove himself in English football at somewhere like Crystal Palace, where he's going to be up against it, and actually, you know, Vieira's got him doing bits, to be fair to them, at Crystal Palace. If he can help them do something, then I actually think that you would see a real opportunity for him back at Manchester United. So I know Carrick started him, but he didn't play every game, did he? He didn't exactly run to him. You know, it wasn't the case of as soon as Carrick took over, get your ass in the team. You know, Carrick, you know, give some opportunities out. And Ralf has obviously given opportunities out. Alanga came from nowhere and is now starting games for Manchester United back to back. So the opportunities are there. There's no prejudice here from anyone in the coaching staff or the management. They are picking what they think is going to get the wins for Manchester United. If you think otherwise, I think you're absolutely mental, to be honest. So Donny has a lot of work for me that he needs to do. And a lot of proving, and I think he's actually capable of proving himself. So I think that taking him on loan at Crystal Palace makes perfect sense. Why would you keep him at Manchester United for another 5 months of the season to not play him or to play him once or twice? He's not even the first choice coming in. You're bringing in Matic first. It seems like they might even bring in Mata first before him. So I don't understand why you would keep him around if you're not going to give him any opportunities whatsoever. And the next one that we're going to be talking about is Jesse Lingard. Now, for me, this just shows the complete and utter mismanagement of Manchester United. The manager clearly doesn't have him, despite the fact that I thought Ralf would love a player a little bit like Jesse. I really did. David Ayres in the comments there says, imagine if Vieira never started him. This is how badly Manchester United are mismanaged on Lingard, for me. Last season, we were supposedly offered somewhere in the region of 25 million for him from West Ham. And we said, nah, you're all right. We'll keep hold of him. We've kept hold of him, not played him. Or, you know, he's featured, but he's, you know, let's be honest, he's not played. And now we've got Newcastle supposedly offering us somewhere in the region of 10 million for a guy who's out of contract in the summer. And we're still rejecting those bids. So here's what the news is currently saying. So Ornstein says Lingard's proposed move to Newcastle is on the verge of collapse. Ralf Rangnick gave his blessing for it to happen today, but the deal looks off currently. Sky are saying Newcastle have all but given up hope of signing Lingard. One source says the deal is dead. And James Ducker is saying Newcastle are prepared to cover all of the 75 grand a week and pay a considerable loan fee, but United are thought to want substantial bonuses should Newcastle avoid relegation, making the overall cost of the deal higher. United, you could have got 25 million if you'd have let him go last summer. You've wasted at least £15 million. If this is United trying to claw back that £15 million that they squandered last season, well, it's £10 million and the wages that you're about to save, which are not inconsiderable. There's probably a couple of million. You're probably getting half of what you would have got last summer, even if it's just 10 million and his wages covered. Make it make sense, lads. Honestly. Apparently Everton, who apparently have a strained relationship, according to Ducker, are also thought to have had an inquiry on Lingard not back. And L'Equipe are saying Nice aren't going to sign Lingard, with the transfer proving financially unfeasible. What do United want? I think we almost ballsed up the Martial loan move because of what we was asking. If you don't want the players, you have to move them on. The problem United have got with so many hangers on and so many players that are unfit for purpose is because we've hoarded players who aren't good enough. It took us how long to get rid of Rojo? How long to get rid of Phil Jones still? How long has Bay been hanging on? Too many players that we should have made a decision on quicker and gone, do you know what? No. Let's move this on. And United are struggling to do that. And here you have a lifeline. You can actually get a little bit of money here. And there's no transfer cost incurred here with Lingard. He's an academy product. You're going to get 10 million for him. You're getting nothing for him in 6 months, and you're not going to play him. There's probably 10 to 12 million there in wages and a fee if you want to move the guy on. And we've still not sorted out what's going on with Paul Pogba. We honestly couldn't have been run worse if we'd have just found 2 random people in the street to run this football club. It's insane. I think there's obviously a desire from United to not get ripped off in the market, but 10 million for a player who's out of contract in the summer, who doesn't want to be here, who you're not going to play, I can't make any sense of keeping hold of him. Honestly. They absolutely infuriate me. They really do. Let us know in the comments what you guys are thinking on this. Carre says 2030 Lingard's still warming the bench for United after signing a new deal in 2022. Anything on Neves to United? No, I'm not sure United are going to sign anyone. In fact, I'm more sure we won't than the small thing that I won't. Phil Jones, I think he picked up another knock after his one game. I was hoping maybe that one game was a chance for him to prove his fitness, get back out on the grass, show everyone what he can do, but it hasn't been the case. Save the Jungle says we overpay everyone except Bruno. Do you know what I mean? We've brought Bruno here. He wants parity with some of the top. He's not even coming and asked for a mad fee. He just says I want paying the same as everyone else gets paid. And yet we're umming and ahhing over him. Use the money from selling Lingard to go and get Bruno sorted out. Come on, man. Think about this. I'm going to come back to the comments in a second. We've got a cheeky little sponsor read for you. And it's actually a good one. It is, one that I would definitely recommend checking out. And I'm just getting the read up and then I'll tell you all about it. So, it's all about fantasy football, innit, right? But the start of the season, you're going to pick your team and then you're going to forget about it after 3 weeks and then you're not going to do anything about it. Spitch is on the day. You can do one day. Me, you, us lot, your mates, whoever. We can do one day and we can call it done and dusted so you can make sure everyone can do it, or you can do 1 month, or you can do 2 weeks. Do whatever you want. You don't have to do the entire season because that's the problem with the official one, isn't it? You do 1 season, 3 weeks in, you forget to sub someone out who's injured, and now you're bottom of the league and you can't be asked. But Spitches are new, and it's the ultimate football fantasy manager game on the market. It's available in the UK and in Ireland. You can prove your managerial skills against other managers, and you can win some dosh. Spitch lets you build your team from leagues ranging from the Premier League, the Champions League, the Bundesliga, and the Championship, which might be the greatest league in the world. With Spitch, you can build your own team, collect points, you can battle it out against others, you can play for free, so you can literally just go and get in a mixer for free. It's free to download and it's free to play, or you can go in some of the paid ones and you can even win yourself a share of up to £70,000 on a weekly basis, and rewards aren't based on the whole season. It can be literally just in 1 day, 1 week, whatever. You can choose various formations. You've got a budget of 150 million to build a team. You get points for tackles, clean sheets, goals, assists, passes, all that sort of stuff. It can be daily, which means on any given match day, you can just go, do you know what, we're doing it, do a new lineup, do a new team, and do anyone that's just playing on that single match day. And if you're serious about competing, then you can take advantage of the analytics that are on there, which are actually really in-depth. And you can learn more about how the points come in, depending on the specific stats ranging, your goals, your assists, your shots, your passing, all that sort of stuff. And it's all powered by Opta, so it's absolutely banging. Please make sure you're over 18 if you're going to get involved in the gambling side of stuff, and get your ID verified and all that sort of stuff. But it is free to check it out. It's only available in the UK and Ireland. It's available on iOS, Android, and also via the website. Check the link in the description below and go and check it out. Righty then. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Are we not left short in midfield if Donny goes, says Chris. How? He hasn't been playing. How's it left us short? Retro Pedro says, would you want Bruno Guimaraes? Newcastle have apparently bid 26 million for him and is a DM. I'm not sure he's on the level that we need. Daniel Kirk says, if Van der Beek and Jesse go, do I see us bringing someone in? Nope. Maybe if Pogba went, I think that would make it happen. Blake says, do you think Ralph keeps short in the summer? It seems Tellez is starting over him every week. I don't think he gets... United can't get rid of him. He's on too much as well for starters. No one's going to take him off us, more importantly. Ayush says, so you did research on Julian Alvarez a few weeks ago. Do you think he's a good signing for City and could be the next Aguero? We looked at him, and I think he's far more out the box than Aguero. I think he's got pretty good movement. I think he probably will be in a good signing, to be honest, yeah. But the links with United, they were non-existent. United weren't in for him. I think that's what I did a video, I think it called The Truth about Alvarez, wasn't it? Like, and the top and bottom was United are not in for him. That's it. We could want him all we want. It doesn't look like we're in for him. I tried to find the sources all the way back in Argentina, and it was just nothing. There was no links with him to United. Frank says, need to prioritise the manager before looking at signings. Pointless signing more players who may not fit the new manager. I think the new manager is going to be a system manager that's going to fit what we're trying to sign. But yes, more or less, it doesn't make sense really to be signing players that a manager might not like. Alvarez is going to be another Douglas Luiz, says Ed. Make money loaning him out and sell him on. Possible. Osama says, get rid of Lingard and Van der Beek and get in Neves. If only it was that simple. Someone like Neves would absolutely transform Manchester United. He is the walking embodiment of what Michael Carrick was. And I think he could easily be a massive, massive player for United. If you could get someone like him and Rice in together, I think you'd have a formidable midfield, especially if Bruno continues to play in the 8 where he's been playing. That's a hell of a creative midfield and a hell of a strong midfield. But, you know, that's one of those. Special one says, Rio doesn't rate Neves that much. It's all about opinions. Ed says, now Bruno's playing in the 8. Van der Beek is surplus until Pogba leaves. He was surplus anyway. He was never the first choice 6, never the first choice 8, never the first choice 10. Patson says, who do I think the best manager for this squad would be, providing they only sign a DM in the summer? It's got to be Ten Hag. Ten Hag stands head and shoulders above all the other candidates, but I'm not sure that he wants to come to United. He's the obvious one. We need to replace these players, says Red, or dead. Save the Jungle says we need to pull out the checkbook for Neves before someone else does. He's established himself as a Premier League player now, hasn't he? Like, he's got the experience. You know it's not a flash in the pan. You know that he consistently performs week in, week out. That's the one. Saga says United should sell many players. Matic, Phil Jones, Harry, Van der Beek, Lingard. Without getting at least some of these players, we can't buy anyone. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. Frank says if Ten Hag comes, can Edwin come too? I doubt both of them would be coming at the same time, but, you know, maybe. Notch says the board through contract extensions at players post Jose to satisfy the stock market any different now. You would hope, but I'm not sure that that's the case. I don't think it'd be any different now. I think it's probably going to still be the similar case, but you can hope that the new management are going to look at it differently. When Ollie took over, I think it was 11 players, and this included like Ashley Young, Martial, obviously, I think Martial's extension was actually signed in this time. Rashford. There was 11 players whose contracts needed renewing. 11. And the ones that you wanted to extend, we didn't actually manage to extend, and like Herrera. And the ones you didn't want to extend, we did. Like, you know, Phil Jones. Who sanctioned that? I mean, literally, he's played, 12 games, I think, since he signed that? Was Dave one of them? Yeah, he might have been. It also might have been Dean Henderson as well, to be honest. How much does Martial get per week? I think it's like 250 grand. Any updates on Pogba? I said I wanted to know by November. The fact that we don't know by now means he's probably going unless someone else doesn't offer him anything, and then he'll sign, probably for like $500,000 a week. Big Ann 69 says Phil Jones was once good and won the Premier League, but has not been playing for years. It's the same as Martial. Everyone's good memories of Martial's were 5 years ago. You got to kick on more. Why doesn't Jesse get a chance under Ralph? He mustn't be doing what he wants him to in training. Otherwise, you know, why wouldn't you? Phil Red or Dead says Phil Jones is an example of Ed Woodward and his mismanagement of our club. Sadly agree. And Connor says, do you think they will spend big in the summer if they just sell players this window? Yeah, we do tend to let a new manager have quite a bit of cash, don't we? I think they are good at that. Whether or not it's the right players and whether or not it's the right cash, we do seem to spend quite a lot of money the first summer a new manager is in. And then they kind of hold on to the wallet a little bit after that and be like, well, what we bought you some players last year, why haven't you won the league yet? Thoughts on Arnold contacting former players? I'm obviously gonna find out what's been said and what the issue is. I said this on the stream the other night. Arnold contacting the former players, Gary Neville, Rio, Keno, Scholes, all the ones that are working in the media and all that lot. It can be good or bad. If it's the way Manchester City conduct themselves with the media and it's like telling them not to criticise them and hounding them if they do, that's bad. If it's just purely to consult them because they're outside of the club now, they're experiencing what's going on at other clubs, they're seeing what's going on at other clubs, and if it's just asking them what's going wrong at Manchester United in your opinion, then that sort of fact-finding I think could be quite useful, depending on what actions you take from that. Does Rio mind me passing on info, but it's frustrating knowing things you can't pass on? He'll tell me if he says there's plenty of things he says don't repeat this, but and then some things it's just happy days. Yeah. What's happening with Van der Beek at United? According to me, I just don't think he's impressing enough in training. I think that's the top and bottom of it. Frank says it's okay having lots of cash, but the investment needs to be good. My worry is you spend 100 million on Rice, and then you don't get anyone else in. That's my thought, especially. I was looking at this the other day and we were saying, look, Tillman and Neves for less than the price of Rice makes more sense than just bringing in Rice, does it not? Now, that might not be feasible to bring both those specific players in, but rather than spend 100 million on one player, look how much we got Varane for versus how much we paid for Maguire. I mean, even Jadon Sancho, yes, of course, is an exciting player. He's got the most goals and assists for under 23-year-old in Europe. But could we maybe have got two players for that? United don't just need one player to fix this squad. We need dozens. So, or at least half a dozen. We need to be able to improve several positions at once and start to build a team rather than just thinking the one big shiny thing will make it happen for us every single time. Do I think we're not signing midfielders because Pogba could possibly extend? Possible, and I don't think it's impossible that he does extend. I don't want him to extend, though, because if he wanted to be here, he would have extended last year. The fact that the window's going to open and close and leave him now into the final months, he's playing poker with us, we're playing poker with him, and honestly, I'd rather close the fucking casino and say, fuck off. You don't want to be here. You've had ample opportunity to sign a contract, probably been offered 400 or 500 grand a week. You don't want to be here, clearly, so it's off the fucking table. But United aren't strong enough to do that. United are going to sit there and be like, please sign Paul, please. And that's not fucking good enough. This is Manchester United. We've got to stop pandering to fucking players and we've got to start actually being strong with them. We're Manchester United. We're bigger than any fucking player, including Ronaldo. Sign up or fuck off. Simple. You've got to be a lot stronger with players. Big Ann says, I feel sorry for Pogba wasting his career at United. What? What are you wasting his career? What the fuck does that mean? Did Brian Robson waste his career here? He's fucking lucky enough that he plays for Manchester United. Pogba will not leave unless we sell, but why aren't we going after free agents? Pogba will leave. If he doesn't sign a contract extension, he's fucking gone at the end of May. That's him. Later's clear your fucking locker out. Out of here. Andrew says, people moan about Jones but want Pogba to stay. He's more injury prone than Cavani was supposed to be, and he was supposed to be a risk. Yeah, he's missed like 2 years worth of games for United. He's just not available. There's no point having him and paying him $500,000 a week when you're not even getting 200 grand a week's worth of fucking performance out of him. Not good enough. Who's more likely to get a chance next season, Hannibal or Garner? You know the answer to this. It's Garner. He's going out there and establishing himself playing first team football. Second season, he's done it now. Of course, he's gonna get the opportunity before Hannibal. Hannibal needs to go and do the same thing. Hannibal's a bit on the small side though, but again, playing an AFCON's probably going to be a real good experience for him, I guess. Pogba's missed around 200 games, says Van Dijk. You know what I mean? Not fucking good enough, is it, really? Do we need to be looking at a number 9? Probably. Yeah. I think we probably do. Yeah. Do I think that if Haaland goes to City in the summer the Premier League is finished? No. Because I think sometimes you can amass a load of superstars and it just doesn't click. Yep. Righty, I'm going to call it a day there. Cheers for tuning in. We are going to be back a little bit later on with the XG file, so let me know what's going on in the comments and what you want to see us talk about. And I'll catch you fuckers in the next one. Laters.